It's April 25th, 2015, and I don't remember the last time I made a video. I'm 3 years, 1 month, and 5 days on T. The only real significant change is, I guess my voice has dropped some. I have this more of a mustache thing. That's about it. I don't know. Living in a co-op, trying to move to Portland. Oh, okay. So those are the only T changes. Because of Obamacare, the Oregon Health Plan, it looks like I'm going to be getting surgery for free. I'm still starting that process. I have 2 out of my 3 necessary letters. My doctor's putting in a referral right now for the surgeon, so I can make a consultation. So it's kind of like a phone roundabout. My doctor has to call the insurance company, and if the insurance company says it's cool, they'll call my doctor, who will call the surgeon, or something like that. It's like I don't know. But I will try to do more documentation of that, because there's not a lot of information about getting surgery with public health care, and I don't know how it is for other states, but for Oregon anyway. So far, what I've read is the requirements are, you have to be on T or hormones, depending. It doesn't just apply to trans masculine or AFAB trans folks. You have to be living as your gender for a year, you have to be on hormones for a year, you have to have at least 3 months of documented gender therapy. You have to have 3 different letters, 1 from a doctor and 2 from 2 therapists. 2 different therapists. So I have a letter from my doctor, and I have a letter from a therapist, and I'm going back to my first therapist to get a letter from her. So I have the first 2, which is really exciting. And I'll be getting my 3rd letter in next month. I have an appointment May 11th. So I'll keep more updates on that as I experience the process. And I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, my healthcare is in Portland, even though I'm currently in Eugene, just because more accessible for trans health stuff. So that's where I'm at with that, and hopefully I'll have more information after I get my consultation, which hopefully will be soon. Or at least I'll find out about scheduling that really soon. What else? I've had a gender crisis on top of a gender crisis, but I guess that was like a year ago, so I must have not made a video in a very long time. I've kind of circled back to my initial gender identity, well, not original, but after so I'm identifying as genderqueer again, and I always kind of had, but the pressures of what it means to be trans enough, I don't know, I wasn't feeling very comfortable. I've never felt comfortable identifying as a man, and I don't feel really comfortable identifying as male either. The best way I can explain it is my gender identity is genderqueer, and my gender expression is more masculine, but I also don't really identify as masculine or transmasculine, so it's complicated. I don't know. I just say I don't know. And and there's not a lot of people that talk about that, and there's a lot of really weird gender policing and erasure of non-binary identities within like FTM communities, which I find very, very frustrating and quite upsetting. So that's another thing. I'm kind of working on getting myself more into femme stuff again, just because of the pressures I felt. I thought I was supposed to, you know, whatever, look dudely or whatever. So we're trying to tap into my femme side more. I'm working out, partly because of top surgery being on the horizon, but also just general health. I'm cutting back on my drinking. I'm slowly working on quitting smoking cigarettes. My plan is to quit once I have a surgery date, so I kind of have some leeway time stuff with that. I don't know. My singing voice is pretty good. I thought about doing a recording, but I can't think of anything to record right now. I don't know. I'm really tired of playing guitar, but I karaoke a lot, which I really like. So if you're into karaoke and you're in Oregon, Portland, let me know, because I really enjoy karaokeing. Let's see, what else? I don't know. I started going to school for now. I quit doing web design. This is getting really long, but I figured I may as well do something, because it's been so long. And someone had asked me about how my gender identity has evolved over time, and I kind of touched on that a little bit, but I don't know, to go off of that, essentially, like, I'm happy to answer more questions in relation to that, but you don't have to be male identified, or a dude, or a guy, or whatever, a man, to be on T. You don't have, like, you can be non-binary and be on testosterone if it feels like that's what you need to do. Because I'm much happier being on hormones, despite, I mean, there's still, like, an alignment of my brain and my body or whatever, like, not to be so cliche, but though I identify as genderqueer, non-binary, my external appearance is much closer to what I always saw in my head. So for me, I don't feel like I went from female to male. I feel like I did a thing that made my body and myself more in line with who I felt like, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm sorry, this is so long. I feel like I never update, and then they're really, really long. So that's a semi-short update. I'm also thinking about, or I'm going to start androgel in the summer once my vial is gone. And I have a lot that I could actually be talking about, but I won't for now to spare you the time. But I'm getting my shot done by my doctor right now because of some stuff, needle phobia that kicked in because of a thing. Not even needle phobia, my anxiety about particularly doing my shot. So my doctor's doing it for me now, but I'm switching to androgel in the summer. Yay. So yeah, we'll try to document more, especially about the Oregon Health Plan and getting top surgery, because I should be progressing in that very soon. So you have any other questions or whatever, and you can follow me on Tumblr, on Jupiter. I have an Instagram, which is Lex Llewellyn, which I can put because that's confusing to spell for some people. Well, most people I have to think about it still chosen middle names. So yeah, that's it. Questions you can ask me here or wherever. Tumblr is great. I'm on there all the time.